by exploring adult entertainment for the first time, NSFW. I was feeling restless and turned on in my room, so I decided to browse some adult content. I had seen ads for Pornhub Live before, but never checked it out. I thought it would be interesting, so I took a look. Upon entering, I was greeted by a variety of attractive women. I entered a few of their live streams and noticed a chat feature on the side, but I needed to create an account to participate. To sign up, I provided my email and password, and was asked to choose a username. In my haste, I chose Jakob 69,420 feet without much thought. The next step was to provide my credit card information, but the website assured me it was only for donations if things got too intense. I was skeptical, but too far along to turn back. Once I was signed in, I started watching a few live streams, but they were all pretty underwhelming. I decided to multitask and open multiple tabs to see which one would catch my eye. However, the website kept popping up a notice saying I could only watch one stream at a time. I kept getting annoyed by this prompt and had to click a refresh button several times. As TIFU by swiping on my girlfriend's phone NSFW. So this happened a few days ago and I'm still not sure I'm 100% ready to tell the story, but here goes. I've been with my girlfriend for about a year and I already know she is the love of my life. She's perfect for me, we're perfect for each other. We're getting ready to move in with each other and I want nothing more than to start a family with her and spend the rest of my life with her. We went on a short vacation last week and when we returned she gave me her phone to look at some photos from the trip. She went to the bathroom while I had her phone, and as I was scrolling through the pictures it kind of jumped to a period that was about a year and a half ago. If you have an iPhone you know what I'm talking about. You scroll a little bit too fast and all of a sudden you're back at the start of the photo album. It's annoying as hell, but some photos caught my eye. Some photos that I really shouldn't be seeing, of her and a previous boyfriend. There she is, the love of my life, trying to get her mouth around the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. I've watched porn, a lot. I've never seen a dick like this. I'm talking bigger than 2 Coke cans stacked on top of each other. Longer and thicker. As far as I could tell she was unable to get her teeth around it. I could see another thumbnail of her comparing the size of his dick to her forearm with a look of wonder and glee on her face. I closed the pictures and I've acted like nothing has happened, but I cannot get these images out of my mind. I've never been self-conscious about my dick size. In fact, if you believe the stats I'm significantly above average, but this has destroyed my self-esteem. We haven't had sex since. I can't concentrate on my work. I just wish I had never seen those damn pictures. TLDR, accidentally saw some pictures of the love of my life sucking the biggest dick on earth and my stupid male ego is destroyed. Update. There's a lot of people assuming that this was a one-night stand. It wasn't. She was with this guy for 3 years. The FCC just voted to end net neutrality. But the fight isn't over. We can get Congress to overturn their vote using a congressional resolution of disapproval. It only takes a simple majority in the House and Senate. We can do this. The FCC just voted to repeal all existing N. The Federal Communications Commission has made a critical decision, voting to dismantle existing net neutrality protections. This move hands ISPs such as Verizon and Comcast the power to charge new fees, slow down internet speeds, and censor online content. The fundamental openness of the internet is at risk, but this isn't the end. Organizations behind the battle for the net are now launching a new initiative to push Congress to intervene and restore net neutrality through the Congressional Review Act. The CRA allows Congress to undo actions taken by federal agencies like the FCC, with a simpler process than a regular bill. Given the overwhelming public backlash and polls indicating that 83% of voters oppose the FCC's plan, we're seeing some Republicans speak out against it. The time for action is now, but it must be done within the next 60 legislative days. We can't give up. It's time to take action. Contact your representatives today and demand they preserve net neutrality through the Congressional Review Act. You'll find a script on your screen, or you can say something like this. And AMP, GT. I support Title II net neutrality and urge you to use the Congressional Review Act to pass a resolution of disapproval, reversing the FCC's December vote to repeal the Open Internet Order. Alternatively, you can text TIFU by confiscating my son's Game Boy and hiding it. For 18 years, my son was not doing his homework, so I confiscated his GBA. I told him he would get it back next week. Well, he's a pretty clever dude and knew all my hiding places, so I put it someplace he would never know. I embarrassed myself by losing track of my son's Game Boy for 18 whole years. My son wasn't putting in the effort to do his homework, so I decided to take drastic measures and confiscate his GBA. I told him it would be returned next week, but he had other plans. He managed to outsmart me by discovering all of my hiding spots, so I had to think of a more secure location. Little did I know, my previous head injury had left me with memory lapses. When he finished his homework and asked for his GBA back, I frantically searched every nook and cranny but couldn't find it. I scoured the house, but to no avail. Then, the family moved to a new home, and I still couldn't find the elusive GBA. It seemed like a lost cause, but fate had other plans. Fast forward to 18 years later. I was decluttering and donating old clothes when I stumbled upon an old, vintage trench coat from the 1930s. As I rummaged through its pockets, I found a dusty Game Boy Advance with a familiar label. My heart skipped a beat when I turned it on, and to my surprise, it still worked. Though my wife doesn't know. But once or twice a month after she falls asleep, I order a medium pizza and 8 wings, and I eat them outside in the backyard, by myself, and throw away the evidence before I go back to bed. It's honestly the most exciting thrill that I often daydream about. Under the cover of night, I find myself stealing moments of indulgence. As soon as my partner drifts off to sleep, I sneak out into the quiet darkness of our backyard, craving the excitement of a midnight treat. A pizza and a plate of wings, my guilty pleasure, become my sole companions in this late-night escapade. The anticipation builds as I await my secret feast, and the thrill of it all is what keeps me looking forward to these stolen moments. Waking up the next morning, I'm left with a lingering reminder of my nocturnal escapades, a parched throat and an uncomfortably full stomach. But it's a small price to pay for the fleeting sense of freedom I've experienced. Update. The next indulgence is just around the corner, and I'm eager to relive the excitement of my midnight escapades. I'll be sure to capture the moment with some photographs to commemorate the occasion. Update 2 with pics. Tonight, I took advantage of a coupon to treat myself to an even more indulgent meal. A large, thin-crust pizza and a plate of wings were the spoils of my midnight snack. Although I prefer the original crust, the thin crust option was a pleasant surprise. After devour, I tried Yo Post this before, but it got removed as I hadn't waited 48 hours. Hopefully this time it works. Hello, lovely people. As promised, I am back with an update for you on all what happened though. Navigating a new reality. Coming to terms with my son's relationship, I've made it back to share an update on the previous post. If you missed it, you can catch up here. First and foremost,